Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I have some very fun new fun packs, and they're already listed in my Ko-fi shop. I like to take pictures. I've taken one preliminary picture. You can go ahead and order these. I only have 9 this time, and I'm going to lay everything out and show you what's in here. I'll just talk about everything as I'm laying it out for photographs. So there are 10 vintage library cards. I don't think you can ever have too many pieces of ephemera if you make journals. These are fun. They look like some sort of anime pieces of like Play Money or something. I have no idea what these are, but they're cute. And each one has a tiny little notebook. These are new. You could turn this into a junk journal, or a glue book, I guess is what I'm trying to say, a smash book. And then we have, let's see, I believe there are 5 of these chipboard embellishments, and then a couple of these really cool stickers. You can see they're fairly large, like 5 by 7 inches or something like that. And it's got the name at the top. This is papier or paper, and then here we've got scrap metal. Don't know how sticky they are yet. I haven't used mine yet, but I mean, you could even glue them down. But this is textured paper, and I love this metallic look. And then each one has 3 of these CD storage envelopes. They are so much fun to distress and put images inside of. Each one has a large envelope. This is really nice. Can't have too many of that kind of thing. As far as the fabric, okay, we have this. I love that it looks sort of metallic. And of course, each piece is cut from a larger piece. So the colors, you can see this gradation of golds and greens and kind of a pinkish color. So that will, you know, each piece will come from a different part of the yardage or whatever. I don't know what this is. There were just a bunch of these in a barrel. Looks like somebody was making something to be a decoration or to go hook them all together and make some sort of blanket. I thought it would be fun to be some sort of charm, or if you make dolls or little animals, it could be like a kitty cat head. It could be so many things, a charm, whatever, but that's there. And then we have these old brass brads. There are 4 of those. Oh, and look, there's another one of these. And then we have a vintage file clip. So this will clip onto a page. You can see how this lifts up, and you can slide your, well, you can bend it some too. It's kind of tight, but I think you can stretch it out a little bit to go over a page or a book cover, and then you can slide your label in there. That's this, the spring lock metal label holder. Keeps your ring, books, and binders looking new. So maybe that's so you don't have to tape or paste something on. And then here's the brads. Brass paper fastener. That's a vintage 1.5 inch shank. For the trim, so we have about 2 yards of this vintage silvery, it's like a blanket binding. Jay, what do you call that stuff? Or maybe it's not. I don't know what this stuff is. It's some sort of seam binding, I think. And then we have probably a yard or a little less of this vintage ribbon. Really pretty and a really unusual color. And then about a yard of this velvet, this orangey velvet trim. Now each one, and these are going to vary in size and color and material. This one's a little bit wide. Some of them are more narrow. I think only 2 are corduroy. The rest are more like a cotton or blend fabric, but they all have pockets. I'm planning to make a little bag with mine, like just to carry around when I go out, and I only need to carry a few things. But each one does have one of these pant leg samples with the pocket. So you'll just get some bright color. Oops, there's a few more of the library cards. And then, so I really love these old pages. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is that all? I think that's all. 15 pages. This is from the 1960s. I love these old illustrations and drawings, and they're just very cool. They might have images. They might have like the picture that has the pencils and things on it, and they're large. You can tell they're very large. You could fold those. You could cut it this way and get like, then fold it like horizontally this way and get 2 pages out of that. And then there is an old book page from this really cute book about a little squirrel. And then there are some old book pages from a Grimm's fairy tale book. So everybody has 1, 2, 3 pages that are in color. And I tried to make sure that each pack has some sort of romantical page with the with some sort of lady. And then there are 3 pages that are black and white from that book. And then there are 4 pages of this scrapbook paper. And this was called Ocean Drops or something like that. Raindrops or Ocean. Oh, there's more. There's another page from the little story about the squirrel. I forgot there were 2 pages from that book. And then each one has some vintage recipe pages. There are 2 in color and 1 that's just print. There are 3 music pages. Let's see, put those here. The next piece of fabric is a piece with these like Christmas angels. I think it's so beautiful. So, you know, whether you use that for a book cover or just cut a piece out for a Christmas journal or just a prayer journal, whatever you do with that, I think that is very pretty. And then we have a fabric sample, this Charlotte Fabrics. These are always fun to use. You can have a hidden journaling spot, and that's still got the color on it. Lemon Jenny, and it's got the color number. So let's put that there. And then a page from a vintage Raggedy Ann book. A little piece of netting. It's got sort of a pretty peachy color. I have 2 pieces of this paper. It's sort of a mottled looking paper, maybe like a stationery type paper. Pretty neutral color. And then 3 pages from an old music book, and I loved that some of the pages had been colored. So a lot of them have illustrations. I'm not sure if everyone does, but I will make sure that they're evenly distributed. And then there's a piece of this stationery and this stationery, and then a vintage page from someone's book about cross-stitch patterns. There is an old cover to a record album, and I thought it would be so much fun to put something inside, like some sort of image. You could decorate the outside and then fold it to bind into a book so that you're going to see a design here, and then you could journal on that. So each one has one of those. And then here are some pages from a very old encyclopedia. And these pages are kind of brittle, so I'm going to try to make sure that each one has a large illustration. And there, you know, let's see how many. I think there are 4 or 5. Yeah, I've got 5 pages with illustrations. And then I think it's 3 from an index, from the index portion, if that makes sense. And then there's a vintage piece of wallpaper. That's going to vary. I have 5 different patterns, so 2 pieces from each pattern to make 10 pieces. So they're all a little different. And then 2 large pieces of scrapbook paper. And this is kind of lightweight. It's blank on the back, and they're all different designs. So that is everything. It is 1 pound, 12 ounces. By the time I put it in plastic, package it, and put like a thank you card in, it's going to be really like right at 2 pounds. $30 US shipping included in that. These are a lot of fun, and I thank you so much, everyone who supports me by buying these, because that's what allows me to keep being here and making content and doing art. And I will be back really soon. We have to check in with Dolly. She's just gone completely wild. Okay, I will be back soon. Bye for now.